afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Breaking the Silence, a podcast where we talk about personal triumphs, recovery, and we hear a message of of gratitude and positivity, where we're able to speak about personal experiences. Today, I got a very special guest with me. I have Ron, who now we'll get into your story, but went from a place of triumph or tragedy to triumph, where you've really instilled the essence of things like cold plunges, personal wellness, and health. And I'm really, really excited to hear your story, as are our viewers. So thank you for being on the podcast
Thank
today.
you for having me. And I heard this the first episode, so it's a privilege
Yeah,
for me to be
absolutely,
here. Yeah.
absolutely. This is kind of a format where we just kind of talk, and
Mm.
I'm really excited to have our viewers being able to listen to you today, where we can talk about your story. So, just give us a little bit of information about you, and how you've been able to sort of navigate through
True. Yeah.
positive
So,
change.
so I guess for me, the main point in my life when this everything changes for me, as you know, my background is like I do branding. That's my
Yeah,
job, my
yeah,
work.
yeah.
But on top of that, years ago, this like 5 years ago during pandemic, I also go out a lot.
Mm,
Like it's in some way it's like a way for me to socialize. Everyone does. You go
mm,
out, and then it for me it turned it into a habit. It's like one night turns into 2 nights of
yeah.
going out, and then eventually I get paid to go
Mm,
out, just to host parties in Toronto. And I love the aspect of it, so I get to meet a lot of people. But during that time, it's taking a toll on me. I've been waking up hangover every day.
mm,
I lost that part of me, that creative part of me, because
mm,
I'm a creative guy.
mhm,
And because of this party habits, I feel like I lost motivation.
mm.
Um, and during that peak of that nightlife scene, the pandemic happened.
Ah,
So that's the
yeah.
turnkey. It's like, okay, they announced, okay, we're shutting down the city. You can't go out. Second time, they shut it down again. And then the third time in October 2020, they announced it like, no, you can't go out, you can't promote parties. I'm like, okay, that's it. That's my thing. I was like, I'm not going out anymore. So I basically went cold turkey.
Mm,
So I drink a lot, but the only time I drink is when I'm out.
mhm.
I don't even have alcohol at my place, but the going out is every night.
Ah,
So
yeah,
it became like okay, it became part of me.
yeah.
So during the pandemic, when they announced the lockdown, I kind of changed path. I was like, okay, this is it for me. I'm gonna not drink,
Mhm.
right? And then a month after that, which is November of 2020, one of my best friend Nick, which is also the founder of this community that we founded, um, messaged me. He's like, Ron, do you want to go to Cherry Beach? Let's go swimming. I'm always a swimmer. Growing up, I used to compete, but I'm like, I haven't tried the cold water. So we went, and I was like, whoa, this is a different feeling.
Mm,
So from then on, it's like I've been going every day. And then a month after that, which is November, December of 2020, my buddy owns this resort up north. It's,
mhm,
it's called the Trace.
mm,
It was empty. I was like, okay, it's locked down. No one is there. I'm just gonna message the owner, Tom, can I stay there? But that time, I don't think we're allowed to leave our region or something.
right.
So we just said like, oh yeah, Ron is there. He's working something on that resort, but I stay there. And then days after that, when I was there, I messaged Nick. I said, Nick, do you want to come up? The place is like frozen. It's like everything is frozen. It's like a peninsula frozen. So I've been like building like ice holes and going in the water.
Mhm,
And then Nick came up. We end up playing chess
mm,
in an ice hole.
mm.
And that video that we shot went viral around the
Wow,
world. Like CNN, CNBC, Olympics, the Chess Federation
wow,
publish it. It's like basically all over the world.
really?
And they publish it during the time that everyone's at home, not doing anything,
Uh huh.
but they don't understand the reason why we're on ice, right?
Right.
So that same night, when we're like, wait a minute, we went viral. Let's do something about this. Like during this time that everyone's depressed, lost hope, that we can challenge our mindset.
Hmm.
So that's how we started this community called Unbounded.
Wow.
Um,
I want to get a little bit into
yeah,
that inbound and stuff, but
yeah,
just it's funny because you talk about the pandemic, right?
yeah,
And this is something that I
yeah.
haven't really talked too
Which I
much about,
forgot that
which we kind of, yeah,
I forgot that it
we
happened.
got it
You
even
know?
happened, right? Because it's
Yeah,
been a
yeah. I
couple years,
forgot
but
it happened.
typically when I hear people's stories
Yeah,
around the
yeah,
pandemic, what I hear is the people's drinking and
yeah, yeah,
substance
yeah,
use has
yeah, yeah.
increased, right? For you, it was quite the opposite.
Yeah. So
For you, it was quite the opposite.
yes.
And we've heard where people are like, yeah, the isolation,
Yeah.
the loneliness, the the boredom,
Yep.
really progressed that. For
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
it was the opposite. What do you think the turning point for you was
I guess
in
like
that?
I'm always like an active guy
Uh-huh.
growing up, so I was looking for a way to, instead of going out drinking, not seeing people, maybe I'll do something else. You know, I even took ukulele lesson that didn't really work out.
Uh-huh.
So, but like I said, I'm always a swimmer, so and we're allowed to be outdoors, so I just took advantage of it, like just going even by myself swimming, right, even on cold water. Um, but like I said, some of my friends and they're like saying, Ron, you actually found the light during the pandemic because some went on a different side,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So I don't want to say lucky, but I guess that's part of the mindset.
Yeah.
It's the story that I
Yeah.
want to tell myself,
Absolutely, and
you
and
know?
and it's like almost like you faced it head on, right? Because when you have all that idle time,
Yeah.
you have a lot of time to think,
What do you do?
right?
Yeah.
What do you do, right?
Yeah.
So when I hear people saying, "Oh, that my drinking or my drug use
Yeah.
increased,"
Yeah.
makes sense,
Yeah.
right? But for you, it was almost like the opposite, where
Yeah.
maybe it gave you a moment of clarity or this
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
period of
Yeah.
reflection where you're like, "Wow, I really need to start to
Yeah.
reevaluate
Yeah.
evaluate my
Yeah.
my life," and sort of seen that transition for you.
Also, maybe because of the nightlife,
Yeah.
I've done it for 5 6 years
Right.
consistently, right?
Right.
So maybe for me, it's like, okay, maybe it's time to change
Uh-huh.
because I wasn't new to drinking and all that.
Uh-huh.
I've been drinking for years, so
Yeah.
maybe I'm thinking like during the pandemic, it's like maybe I want something different.
Right.
That's why when I say cold turkey, that's why it's easy for me because it's like I just put in my mindset that no, maybe there's really no reason to go out and drink
Yeah. No,
because you don't really
absolutely.
see people, you
Absolutely.
know.
Right. So
Um,
having that ability to really just kind of detach yourself from
yeah,
that intoxicating,
yeah,
crowd
environment,
and
an environment,
environment,
yeah,
sort of, gave you that
yeah,
moment
yeah.
of reflection.
So I always see this. I always say this in my journey, right? Like I changed my environment.
Yeah.
That's why I was able to do something else.
Hmm. When you think about changing your environment, you
Yeah,
think about your early recovery, what do you think the hardest or the most difficult part for you? Because we have a lot of listeners that
yeah,
listen, right,
yeah,
that struggle, and
yeah,
that those first
yeah, yeah.
week, 30
You
days,
see,
60 days,
yeah, you
those.
see, I never really count on anything. Like
Uh-huh.
in, uh, for some reason, I don't know, I wasn't craving for it. Like I
Hmm.
just when I changed that environment, not surrounded by I love these people, but not surrounded by the same
Yeah, people,
people
places, and
and
things.
places and things. I was able to shift drastically,
Yeah.
you know?
And did you find that it was almost like this linear um like traction, in the sense of like
Yeah,
as you were able to sort of
yeah,
break through the or break free from
yeah.
the cycle
And
of.
then it just continued to like I end up meeting people, the community that's doing the same thing,
Hmm.
you know? Going back to the environment, when the city opens back again, that okay, you guys are allowed to go out again. I got calls
Hmm.
to like from different
Yeah.
places, right?
Yeah.
Ron, just come back, bring people. You don't have to drink,
Hmm.
but I don't think it's gonna work for me
Hmm.
because it's like that's my trigger, right? I
Yeah.
don't want to say the word trigger, but it's like
Well,
so for a few months
yeah.
I didn't go to any
Right.
places that has alcohol,
How
right?
difficult was that for you in those moments? Because again, a lot of times, the familiarity and the
Right.
comfortability of
Right.
like it's been some time,
Yeah.
we've been isolated for so
Yeah.
long. Everybody wants to kind of reconnect, regroup, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm sure there were like moments where I was like, yeah, like
Yeah.
I know this is the right track for me,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
nice
You
to
see, I
see
never
you
had
and
that
the
moment because
no,
that
okay,
time I was actually more embracing the nature. So I'm always up north,
yeah,
and
gotcha,
like I said, all the people that I met during
yeah,
that transition was with me
yeah,
in the same path.
yeah.
So community really
Perfect.
helps,
Yeah.
you know.
There's an old saying, right? If you want to change how you feel, you need to change what you do. Right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you talk about you're building a new community,
Yeah.
a new environment, a new group
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
people. Who were some of those, you don't have to say names, but who were
Mhm.
some of those people that really you felt made an impact on you? So, to help sort of consistently keep you on that right track. Like I know a lot of it, like you
Yeah.
mentioned, was
Yeah.
yourself, but you talk about, the essence and the importance of community.
Yeah.
Who were
So I
some
have
people
like a
for you?
small group. Like I mentioned, Nick is
Uh-huh.
one of the founder of. He's the one who got me into cold water. Yeah, in that community, Nick, David. There's a few of us that went on
Hmm.
that followed that
Right.
light.
Right.
Um, yeah.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. So now, you talk a lot about wellness.
Yeah.
You talk a lot and promote about,
Yeah.
the importance of keeping yourself in a place of
Yeah.
balance and
Yeah.
things like that. And cold plunges.
Yeah.
What is that sort of, limelight or sort of or that sort of ritual or routine for you? Like, how have you found that to be
The path. So
an
so
essence for you?
so. I think the cold water gave me to be honest, a purpose, I think,
Mm,
So especially when I founded that community Unbounded, it kind of relates to what I do every day. I've been inspiring people indirectly, um, just for my posts, people that I don't even know
right.
reach out to me like, Ron, I've been following you for years.
Wow.
I became sober because of you. These
Wow.
are random people on my DMs, right?
Wow.
That's how I built my following too, not because of the nightlife scene. My
Hmm.
followers grew because of the wellness
Yeah.
community that I built,
Yeah.
for myself.
Yeah.
So I'm doing this up to this point. I've been doing it for 5 years. I'm still doing this for myself. And
Amazing.
then at the same time, I've been influencing people to, I guess, change their lives as
Yeah.
well.
Let's talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Because I think for lots of people that are in recovery, um, you know, the ability to really make change
Yep.
and see the impact that it
Yep.
has on other people
Yep.
is such a huge piece, right?
Yep.
So for you, like you mentioned, you have followers, you have
Yeah.
people that are
Yeah.
sort of riding the wagon of like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Ron
Yeah.
is doing great. This seems very,
Yeah.
very appealing. People that you don't even know,
Yeah.
messaging you, so there's
Across the world, to
across
be
the world,
honest.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what an impactful,
Yeah.
amazing, cathartic, organic experience that you're
Yeah.
feeling, right? So how, when you wake up every day and you kind of reflect on, being
Yeah.
able to be an inspiration and
Yeah.
maybe like, give people some hope. How
Yeah.
does that feel for
It's
you?
still humbling for me.
Uh huh.
Like I said, I'm still doing this for my own sake, for my own wellness. It's very humbling
Mm,
and also in some way, it's a privilege to be able to help people without even trying to, you
mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
Um, when I remember the first time a few months of me doing the ice bath and all that, people are like, "What's Ron doing in the water?" But that time, there's no studies about this cold therapy. People are even laughing. It's like, "Why is this guy always in the water?" But now it's like all over the place. There's ice bath places
Yeah.
now.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's been a huge sort of surge
Yeah,
with
yeah,
ice
yeah.
baths, and people are really adopting it as part of
Up
their
there,
mental
yeah. So
health and
I
wellness
can't really explain
strategy.
it, but something is changing in you.
Yeah.
It's more the resilience part, I think. That's
Yeah.
why I related to the sobriety.
Yeah.
It's like if you can do that, um, y- y- like I said, if you can do the cold, it translates to
Yeah.
what you do in life.
Exactly. Right.
Just a bit of a background.
Sure.
So I started this journey 5 years ago
Hmm.
from Cherry Beach. I've been plunging every day.
Wow.
So I have this record of number of days. So
Okay.
today it's going to be 1,725
Wow.
consecutive days of
Consecutive.
cold plunging.
Amazing.
Um,
And I find it so, cool that you're able to sort of adopt it as part of your routine. Now,
Yeah,
I'm sure, like, we talk a lot about the essence of building healthy habits for people,
yeah,
right? This is part of your day.
yeah.
You probably feel
So
like if you're even not doing it at the time frame that
yeah,
you wanted to,
yeah,
you're feeling this like
yeah,
this void of like, oh my god,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I need to
So
really
it's
build on
it's
this.
almost like addiction in a you're addicted to that natural energy that it's giving you. No chemicals. Yeah,
Amazing. I want so ice baths,
ice
big
bath,
big big part of your
routine.
routine today.
Yeah,
Tell me a little bit about that very first experience. Like I know you talked about going to
yeah,
Cherry Beach there with
yeah,
your friend.
yeah.
How was that feeling for you? Like
So
what did it make sense in that moment of this was
why we're doing it?
yeah, why we're doing it, but like this is gonna
No.
adopt and be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
huge piece of my life.
So first time I went in, because like I said, I'm always a swimmer. It's new to me, that feeling. It was November, so it's cold, but for some reason it didn't really shock me, the cold water.
It didn't shock you.
It didn't shock you. That's why the reason why I keep
Yeah,
on coming back every
yeah,
day to
yeah,
to I don't know, to experience that
yeah. The
cold,
cold.
the cold. But
Well,
I think I feel like I'm already cold adapted. Like I don't know.
Well, it's cool because from a neurological and a
Yeah,
physiological
yeah,
standpoint, it does release,
yeah, yeah,
endorphins and dopamine, right?
yeah. Everything.
And makes you kind of feel like,
Yeah.
great in your body, and you got this burst of energy and
It does a lot to your body
mhm,
scientifically. Also, the main reason I'm doing it, it's something is doing it, and like in terms of mindset, resilience, it's there. You
right,
know, it, literally translated to everything I do in life.
amazing.
So also part of that routine, going back to nightlife. You remember how we go home at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I totally shift my thing. I wake up at 5 now for the last 5 years, 5 and in bed by 8.
Yeah,
That's my routine now.
yeah,
You know.
amazing, right? It's crazy. It's almost like you live two different
Yeah,
lives, right?
yeah, yeah.
Here you are five
It's
years
like
ago
exactly
to
opposite
where you're
of
at
what
now.
and I never felt better compared to back in the day because I'm really active, healthy right now. I feel like younger right
Yeah,
now
for
compared
sure.
to back in the day, you know?
Well, it's also too like I think the essence of community is so huge because you sort of shifted the personal journey, your
Yeah.
personal mission statement,
To,
right?
to
Because it went from entertaining people,
yes,
making sure they have a
yeah,
good time to like, okay, let's focus in on something bigger, right?
yeah.
Because not a lot of people at times, I think now we've sort of transcended into
It's getting there now, I
like
think.
being
Yeah,
conscientious about our
yeah,
health.
yeah,
Whereas before,
yeah,
when you're in that
yeah,
pattern and then that environment, the sense of normalcy becomes like we're just going to go out and party. But now
yeah,
it's like, okay, I need to take care
yeah,
of my body, my health.
yeah,
So that like transition, that mindset
yeah,
is such an impactful
yeah.
piece, right? Because it's almost like you're two different people.
Yeah, yeah. I see younger generation now too. They're into it. I
Yeah,
think because they witness
yeah,
people like we didn't have that
right,
growing up, right?
right.
Like all this wellness
Yeah,
thing. So they've
absolutely.
been witnessing the transformation,
Mm,
basically.
amazing.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your triathlon that you're having, because I know that was another piece.
Another pivotal point of my life.
Exactly.
So all these years, I've done all the cold plunging every day. I built my resilience, my mindset. I always wanted to do something else, like do push my limits more. But the story behind it is all my life I never run.
Mm,
I don't like running like
I don't like
everyone
running
else.
either. It's
It
tough.
hurts.
Yeah,
It's like I tried it.
it's uncomfortable.
Yes, yeah, but I think I've been preaching,
Hmm.
accepting that,
Yes.
accepting the pain.
Yeah.
And so 2 months ago, I started running with the help of F45 King West.
Yeah.
That's where I go.
Yeah.
They're really supportive.
Yeah.
I've been going there for the last 3 years, I think.
Amazing.
And they started their running club. And then one of the coaches, Jason, he's like, "Ron, you gotta, you gotta come, you gotta try." And I was like, "Okay, I'll do it." This is like 2 months ago. And then from then on, I was like, "Wait a minute, ooh, this is what they call runner's high." And then since then, I've been running 5K.
Wow.
And then a month ago, I'm like, "Okay, this is it. I'm gonna do the triathlon." So with 2 months of training, for a 2 months of running and a month of training leading to next week's triathlon, I'm doing it.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
How is that? experience in itself, especially I'm sure, you know, again, we talk about the importance
Yeah.
of the community,
Yeah.
how people lift each other up,
Yeah.
the strength and the energy and the guidance
Yeah.
around that collective
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
So how's that experience for
I'm
you?
getting a lot of messages. It's like people are surprised. It's like, oh, Ron is doing a triathlon now.
Wow.
But they're giving me advice because a
Yeah.
lot of my friends has done it,
Yeah.
like more extreme than triathlon.
Right.
So I'm getting a lot of advice from coaches as well because I'm really involved with the community,
Amazing.
in the wellness community in Toronto, and also the places, the actual physical spaces. I've been going to a lot of spaces, othership.
Yeah.
They're really helpful.
Great.
You
It
know,
helps prep you
prep
for
you,
that.
recovery, and all that stuff.
So
Um,
are you going to be running a triathlon here soon, or when's the
Yeah,
next?
triathlon is on August 17th. Next week.
Amazing, amazing.
Next week.
You
Yeah.
ready?
It's next week. Yeah, I'm ready.
All
I'm ready.
right.
So it didn't really change my
Yeah,
routine. I
yeah,
still wake up at the same time,
yeah,
but it just tripled.
yeah.
You know, I've been swimming 1,000 every day,
Wow,
1,000
wow,
meters
oh
every day.
wow. So I mean,
I've
you're going to
been
be as
running.
ready as it can
Ready.
be.
So my goal is just to finish it. I don't really have a time goal. I just want to finish it again, just to not to prove, but to hopefully it'll inspire people to be more acceptance of how we're really capable if we put our mind into something,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, absolutely. And
um,
you know, for a lot of people, and a lot of viewers, a lot of listeners, a
yeah,
lot of people in recovery, you know, putting your mindset to
yeah,
positivity will translate into
yeah.
positivity, but it's
It
consistency,
also attracts
it's practicing,
energy.
and it attracts
Positive
energy.
energy
Yeah,
attracts positive people. It
yeah,
all will converge,
yeah, absolutely.
you know.
All right. Now, tell me a little bit about your organization and what you guys do.
So Unbounded is more, we're more outdoor. We
Okay.
embrace the environment. We're primal therapy, basically, right?
Okay.
We take people in the water.
Okay. It's almost like a guide.
A guided experience.
Okay. What does that entail?
So we run a camp up north, same place where it started, that chess game. We call it cold camp. People actually come up there. It's a full-on retreat,
Wow.
guided ice bath, breath work. We run it from November to March every year for the
Wow.
last 4 years.
Wow. And this is like a monthly thing, or like
it's every weekend from
every
November
weekend?
to basically winter. We take over winter.
Wow.
I'm always up north during winter.
Wow.
And it became international now, so we have like guests from other countries who can't experience the cold. So we have people from Mexico, haven't seen snow in their life.
Wow.
They come there to experience it because
Wow.
they run their own ice club community in Mexico.
Yeah.
It's a big one,
Right.
but they have to outsource ice, right?
Yeah.
So for them to come to Canada and experience the cold, we have people from Texas, biohacking community, that comes to cold camp to experience it, and we have like facilitator that's like known in the community that help us.
And how's that experience for people that are trying it out for the first time, that are from
They love it.
countries?
We see them come back.
Wow.
The Mexico community, they come back every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's life changing. I think all of these modalities is life changing if you embrace it.
Absolutely.
You know? So I have an experience. I took a guy to a lake for his first time, but his mindset is so limited because he's. This is just an example. It's like you're limiting yourself because he was saying he's from Egypt. They didn't grow up in cold. I don't think I can do this. So it's ingrained in you that you can't do something because you're brought up telling yourself you can't do that.
Absolutely.
So I took him in the water, middle of winter. We end up staying for 10 minutes.
Wow.
In the water. So that's how you break your, even at, I haven't mentioned, I'm part of Othership as well. I'm one of the pilot there.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the hat actually. It's
my friend started it.
Robbie. So we have kind of similar story, right?
Good friend of mine.
Yeah. So
Miles, Robbie. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So I been with them since the beginning. I think because of my ice journey, ice cold plunges. So I bring people there basically for their first time. And then again, for that limiting belief, when I take them there. Like some of them can't even go past their knee, and then I see them there come back, like they come back. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, there you go. You know.
Crazy.
So I love that place. That's
Yeah.
my second home,
Amazing.
right?
It's an amazing
It's
place.
really a transformational place.
And you know, and
I even have that today.
yeah, I know. I was looking at that and I was seeing, is that the other
So
ship?
this is the other ship.
Yeah,
This is the community I founded.
amazing.
This Unbounded.
It's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I just
Yeah.
think about, you know, people starting this
Yep.
for the first time or not seeing it. How was that experience for you to be able to guide someone to say, like,
Yeah.
I can't do this. I don't know if I can do this. What is this purpose? And then seeing from where they go,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
like path of
Yeah.
resistance. You're like, wow.
Yeah. So
You know, it's
I'm a
almost
bit
like they feel like they've
yeah.
arrived again.
Yeah. I'm a bit biased because I'm not really properly trained people to go in.
But
So I have my own way
yeah.
of getting people in.
Yeah.
So I have this saying. I read it somewhere. I forgot who is a famous. I tell them while they're waiting on the ice stop or in the lake, it's like, oh, the water. I always tell them the water won't get warmer the more you wait.
Yeah.
So I think you just do it, which is true because it's
Right.
like, okay, the more you wait, it's like you just have to embrace it. You know.
If you were to maybe give me a couple words and just to sum up, you know, what sort of your life purpose is now from that transition, what would
I'm big in the story we tell ourselves. I think we can change ourselves if we just believe on the story we tell ourselves. So I have this thing too that I always tell people: if you change your environment, you can change your story.
Yeah. Don't allow your experience to become your narrative.
I still appreciate the past, but moving forward, like I look at the past as a lesson learned. I experienced them all, and now I'm ready to move forward. But some people get stuck in the past. You can't change the past. You know,
absolutely.
You can change what you want in the future.
If you know, to our listeners that are listening today, if you were to give some advice or some guidance around, you know, this sort of, you know, lifestyle that you live in,
right?
You know, what would you say to someone that's, you know, maybe on the fence or not sure, or, you know, maybe starting this journey for themselves in the first time?
Now that you said it, I think that word "on the fence" should be doesn't have to exist. You know, if you don't have that doubt, I think we're all capable beings. You know, we're powerful. You know, if you put your mind into it, you can do anything.
Amazing. I love that. That's a great way to cap it.
We're all capable.
We're all capable.
Yeah.
Here with Ron. Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time today. Do you want to plug your organization a little bit and just give people the website and the info that
we have an upcoming event for Unbounded. We do it monthly during summer. It's the social. This coming August 16th, a day before my triathlon, we're hosting a sunset social. It's going to happen at Brickworks. It's a massive venue. We always attract 300 to 500.
Wow.
Community in our community.
Amazing. What a movement. What a movement.
Yeah.
You know, thank you for so much for joining us today. I'm here with Ron. You know, great story, great sort of dynamic of change, and you know, like you say, change your environment. You can change your world. You can change your world, right? So, thank you so much for joining us today. You're listening to Breaking the Silence. I am your host, Alan Kharlip. Thank you for our visitors, and stay tuned for a new episode next week. Thank you. Thank you, sir. That was great.